But that doesn't keep people from playing on it. So technically, you know, do we want to keep people off? Really, you could be up there by the end of today playing on it.
School starts next week, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah. You know, I'll have to go up there and make sure everything's cleaned up and there's no other issues up there before we.
Issues, but I just want to know.
Yeah, it may not be, because I doubt that concrete's going to get poured today, so, I mean, there isn't that complete 100% ADA
Right.
route to it. I mean, so that may be an issue for a short period of time until that's built, but,
Okay.
you
Good
know,
answer.
people technically could have went, you know, yellow tape's only this.
I was up this morning, you know, kind of went through it, and it, excuse me, I think they did an excellent job, the contractors, the leaders, of putting that material together, putting the pipes and everything together. It really looks nice. I just stepped on the matting that they poured. Man, it's just as soft as can be. I mean, it just,
Yep.
and that was one big issue that was brought up right up front.
Yep.
And that is, I believe, finished, isn't it, Jason?
Yep.
So it's a matter of Mid-American going back in and us fixing some
Fair enough.
sidewalks, and we'll be ready to fly.
The Lions Club will be there Tuesday morning.
Kiwanis Club is set up for their meeting there Tuesday morning, and we're gonna give them a tour of it to fill them in and where it's
Okay.
at, so. Okay,
Yep.
what else, Jason? Or
you
excuse me,
guys-
I'm sorry, I
I'm
lost
done.
track here.
I'm
You
done,
good? Clark, any open discussion for anything?
No, I'll save it. We're good. We're good. Thank you.
All right.
All
Ken,
pass, thank you.
Steve?
Line painting coming along fine and getting wrapped up?
I noticed they were doing more today.
Okay,
Yeah, it's-
that's why I'm
But
wondering.
I think what I saw today was crosswalks.
Okay,
The white's about done, and then they'll come back with the yellow stuff.
very good.
It's looking good. Yeah.
Yeah, it is,
Definitely.
very good,
They just did 12th and Central with the new checkered crosswalks. That looks really good
good.
for the Cluck-Home kids and that, yeah.
Okay, anything else, Jason?
Yes, I have a list here. CW, so I gave the update on Cleveland. Anything else on Cleveland? CWC, so the Community Wellness Center, why? Friday we will, it's still going along. I mean, you don't see rapid changes on the exterior anymore, but they are working on the new addition. This Friday there will be a walkthrough of a couple more of those interior renovation areas, and particularly the upstairs. The restrooms that were built up there, that was the main thing that was done up there. We'll do a walkthrough of that. We'll do a walkthrough of 3 tutoring rooms were built on the lower level. Those will be complete, so that is probably the biggest advancement as far as that project goes. They're installing plumbing and electric currently in the new addition part. So, police department burn. I don't know what the holdup is there. Majority of the berm has been built except for I think the same as the last update I gave the council, that southern portion, so where it ties back in where that existing detention was and it ties back into the O'Reilly property, that appears to have made no progress as of recently. So I know that crew, it has been in town because it's the same crew that's doing the industrial park grading and the shaping of the dog park. So that's advanced, that grading project. The dirt has been completed at the dog park location. That still needs some storm sewer on that north end, which will tie back in to help keep the level of the Walmart pond up. So that dog park will drain towards that end and then empty into that pond back there. That has to be installed yet. I'm assuming, Dave, the tree dump has started today? Okay, so
And
that,
we've got about 6 loads in it already, so
okay.
it's going real well.
Okay, in case you didn't know that, they started the hole on fire. So we'll be burning the trees for the next 2 days for sure. Because we've run out of space out there. So Royal 3, the theater, is anticipated to open on Friday. So what else? Well 14. Well 14, the final, they were able to drill the final 120 feet this morning. So that's been, so we're at our depth as far as that well goes. Unfortunately, that may, progress of that may halt and be delayed for a couple weeks at most. Because once they drilled that in there, there is a screen that goes on the bottom, so we're not sucking sand and everything else out of there. What was delivered to the site is the wrong one. So they have to reorder. Depending on, apparently they only come out of 2 locations, Minnesota or California. This one, the wrong one came out of Minnesota. They're 2 weeks out to getting a new one. I don't think he's inquired to the California location, so that's at a little bit of a delay now. But it is drilled to depth, and that went fairly smoothly.
How deep did that end up?
I think, I thought they said they were short of 400 foot. I thought he was 380 or something like that. Runway, I think I filled in the airport advisory board on that, but I think it was last week, contractor was in to repaint and switch the lights over. That has been completed. They're done with that. So the next step in that entire process, that seems to be never ending, is the flyover of the extension so that they can prove that it was built the way it was designed and the way that we said. So the flyover to finalize the approach, as far as I know and have been told, that there is no specific date to that yet. So, but the plan is to have the new length published and the approach published, all that stuff published, which means approved, by November. So the flyover should take place before November. And then the last thing, as far as the airport, just an update on, if you remember months ago, council approved applying for state funding through the DOT, and our project was alleviating some drainage issues around hangars by pouring concrete. That apparently wasn't approved. So we will not get funded for that. And that is it.
Any other questions for Jason on any of the projects?
Hearing none? Excuse me.
Jacob?
That's okay, I don't have a lot today. Just an update, we're still receiving FEMA flood money from last year. We got another check since the last council meeting. I know they had to switch over of people there, so it kind of delayed it again, but we're getting down toward, I think there's only 3 or 4 projects left, so we're getting down towards the end of that.
We got a lot of money coming yet?
There's not too much left.
All right.
So maybe, if I had to guess, maybe 50,000.
Okay.
And then for COVID reimbursement, the state allocated some funds towards cities. And so they're kind of in the preliminaries of sending out some guidance and stuff on that. So we're working on that to get some reimbursement there. And then we should be hearing on loss here in the next couple of weeks on this upcoming year's allocation. So
On the lost?
Yeah.
So we'll see how much this COVID, or how much loss took a hit because of no
Or we
travel.
might have an increase because of the locations and people we have in this
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
Just bang up business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping that I'd have it by this council meeting, but they haven't put it out
It
yet.
should be close. Okay.
And as everybody, I gotta bring up the last thing, and that is, have you all, not assessor, what do you call it?
Census.
Census, everybody's here's done all that, all right. I just following that, and I believe it's this week, they're starting to wrap the doors to people in town that have not. They've got a record of the ones that haven't done it yet, and they are gonna be going out and wrapping the doors to try to get their attention to see what they can do to increase that, so. Hearing nothing else, I'd entertain a motion for the adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Second. Motion made and second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion adjourned.
No, that drain.
Thanks, Clark.
That's all I need for that.